All right, down here at the bottom center, Protoss player named after a Protoss hero. This guy ladders a lot. He's the highest Protoss on the ladder. He is. I actually haven't seen a time since I've been in Korea where he wasn't the top Protoss on the ladder. Usually a top 10 player is always Terrans.
Hey, Terran's better.
Over here on the left.
Not overpowered, just better.
It's better, man. Over here on the left. Something that doesn't get talked about enough is that people always make those posts on Team Liquid. I see them. You guys have seen them. You know what I'm talking about, where the guy's like, oh, have you guys noticed the top 10 players on Korea are always Terran? Does that mean anything? Blizzard's like, no, it doesn't actually mean anything. Those actually are two different people.
It means like everyone wants to be a boxer, and they just chose Terran for that reason.
Well, SC Foyu and Marine King have like 5 of those accounts altogether.
That's true as
and
well. Yeah.
Well, it's like Blizzard's like, wait, what? I just got them in trouble.
Hey, guys, you're only allowed to have one account for each person.
It's true, but well, he just plays on other people's accounts, and you know he practices a lot. So keep in mind that it's not really 10 different Terrans up there. It's not even 10 anymore, I don't think. Last time I checked. Anyway, going back to what matters here.
The one Terran in this game versus the one Protoss also in this game. Tassadar is actually going to be able to scout in with his probe. He's going to be able to get it out quite easily as well. It was an early gas going on. Wait, no, it wasn't. I'm sorry. I'm crazy.
You're crazy, Torch.
I am.
You're crazy. This guy's crazy. We got to get him out of here. Call security.
All right, I'm going. See you later.
Then the probe was able to come in and get out. So that was a lucky probe there. It doesn't normally happen that way. Any pro taking his, or sorry, not any pro. Tassadar taking his second gas. Now, SC doing a similar build to what we saw Tassadar lose to. I think he's going to add a factory here, as he wants to. He's got an SCV poised to make it. SC comes in here, is going to see both the gases. There's the factory going down. Back at home. Second gas going down as well, so I think we're going to see a very similar build. SC watched this game. I mean, he wasn't just like sitting there with his, he was watching like YouTube videos in his booth in between games. He was actually watching these games. And I expect...
He's watching this game right now.
Well, he is watching this one. I promise you it's him in there watching. He's not a blind pro gamer.
That would be awesome.
That happened once. Boxer versus the blind pro gamer. You should look that up on YouTube. I don't know where it is. It might not be on YouTube anymore. I tried to find it once. I couldn't find it. I'm sure someone will link it to you guys.
So as soon as this factory is done, we are going to see what tech path that SC is going to be going for. He does have the ability to expand after he gets a Hellion, or just continue to tech up, which is the usual path. We do have a tech lab and a starport, so he can start to get out Banshees. Really good to have in a close position like this.
Yeah, really good positions for this. 3 gates going up here for Tassadar.
Also a reactor going down that allows him to get more Marines, or he can get out very quick Hellions. Well, so you get the... well, he's not going to be doing it.
You just don't really see reactor Hellions in this matchup. I've seen it a little bit, in fact, with the FXO guys. You know, QXC was messing around with it for a while. He came to the judgment that it was not a good build, but I see some FXO guys doing it the best. For example, he's been messing around with reactor Hellion versus Protoss. If you can catch them off guard if they don't scout it, you can do a lot of weird things with that.
Well, the thing is, when you're transferring the buildings, it's seen as like, all right, it's not taking too much time. It does actually take 10 to 15 seconds to transfer, and you could just get your first Hellion out that much faster if you don't have to transfer. So the first few Hellions, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, and that's why it's not as powerful as on paper it should be.
This is, Tassadar's doing the most textbook build in the world, which is the 3-gate robo build. It's like the build that everyone tells you to do when you're young, when you're growing up, when you're becoming a StarCraft player. It's like, hey, can you give me a PvT build? Well, try 3-gate robo. Actually, 1-gate robo is the best build in the world, but if you're a newer player, you do a 3-gate robo. It's pretty safe. You have a lot of units. You've got the Observer. It's like a catch-all build.
I really like how these gateways are also spread around as well. It's very hard for SC to scout exactly how many gateways are out here for Tassadar. But the Banshee is going to go in and is going to be able to get scouting in addition to be able to take down some of these probes. He is getting a tank instead of cloaking, so he is going for more of a strong force like we saw from ASD. Maybe these guys were talking a bit about the strategies that they're going to use.
Here comes the Banshee. There are mostly sentries here, so the Banshee can kind of mess around and doesn't have to get out super fast.
Yeah, his water guns do not do a whole lot to Banshees.
Not a whole lot. There's the Nexus going down for Tassadar. Back at home for SC's starting siege tanks. And we're going to see a timing attack from him, similarly to how we saw the timing attack last time when Tassadar played. Oh, The difference is that Banshee almost let that probe get away with it. He's got 2 probes on the Watchtower, not anymore.
Yeah, if SE does want to go for an attack here, he does want to make sure that there's no vision on the map for Tassadar, so Tassadar can't react 100% properly to it.
He does have an observer in here, so he knows what's coming. And surprisingly, normally, in most cases, when you see this type of build coming, you make a Robotics Bay. The last thing you want is a Nexus, and you just try to hold it. He's already lost to it once, so I'm kind of surprised he's going to try to hold this Nexus with good unit positioning. If you can flank, if you can engage just right, you can hold this. But everything, the stars pretty much have to align, actually, for you to hold this push. If you try to hold a Nexus without a box bay. Yeah, you might be going, well, Wolf, he's got Immortals. Those tanks aren't going to do a whole lot. No, they will. Trust me. Just wait and see.
Yeah, those Immortals go down very, very quickly to the Marines. The Banshees actually do a lot of damage to Immortals as well. And Immortals can't shoot up. So Banshees are a really good counter to Immortals.
I'm actually going to make a TV show that's called That's So Wolf. I actually have like top 100 Liquid on Team Liquid too.
TV show?
Because I cheat. Yeah, it's a GOM TV show.
All right.
It's called That's So Wolf. It's like my Liquid bets. You guys can actually come to me for advice. I cheat on Liquid bet because I can see the future. I'm top 100, man. I know what's going on. I know who's going to win every game.
Well, it looks like those SCVs are repairing that Marine there.
They actually just gave him a hug. He was a little bit nervous about the timing attack. He's like, I don't know if I want to do this.
And a lot of SCVs are being pulled here, so this is going to be a really strong attack by SE. He is also up by a few supply. It is scattered, so that is going to give Tassadar the timing to get out exactly what he needs.
Guess how many Stalkers Tassadar has, though? He's got 3. Ooh. And if your opponent has more Banshees and you have Stalkers, doesn't matter how much you hate Menks, Tassadar, I don't think you can hold this. He like destroyed the Mink statue in rage. He's like, oh, I can't hold this. He's actually supply blocked.
Yeah, taking out that pylon was really good for SE. It prevents the Warpin. There is an Immortal on the top, but it's going to get taken down very quickly. There's Siege Mode in this fight as well. Going to take down the Sentries almost instantaneously. This is not looking good for Tassadar at all.
No, it's just so difficult. I mean, the Immortals have to go home, but like, where are they going home to?
To those 3 Zealots.
He can dance his Marines twice and still win. This game is so over. You cannot hold a Nexus when you see your opponents doing this. GG. You just can't do it. It's actually impossible. Trust me. Trust me, you can't do it.
They need to add a salvage function to Nexi so that when you build them a little too prematurely,
there is this little logo with it's like a circle with a slash mark through at the bottom right. You click on the Nexus. If you press that, it'll cancel the Nexus. It gives you about,
you get money back?
It gives you about 75% of your resources back.
Oh wow, that must be something that's only in the English client though, because these Korean pro gamers aren't.
You can press this like escape key. It's right here. You guys can see it.
No, they removed that from the keyboard. There's never escape in Korean pro gaming. It's do or die.
Well, seriously though, guys. In fact, I really recommend this. Artosis told me about this. There's a guide he has on Team Liquid or on YouTube about the 1-gate robo build that you do, and you can do a 3-gate robo as well. And you make a Nexus like any pro. Or, sorry, I keep saying any pro. Like Tassadar did. And then when you scout that type of timing attack going, you press the escape key on your Nexus, you cancel it, you hold the attack, and then you're ahead. But if you're Tassadar and you're like, oh, I'm so awesome, like, I'm so ballsy here, I'm just going to try to hold it. I mean, if you only have 3 Stalkers and your opponent has 4 Banshees, it doesn't matter what else happens. He actually could have just not used his Marines and still won. I mean, I'm being a little sarcastic,
it was very true. Like,
pretty
he
much
ended up with tanks and 3 or 4 Banshees left in that
Can you guys
fight.
imagine how that would have gone if he just set the Banshees? He would have killed the Stalkers, the Sentries can't really do a whole lot, and they just micros the Banshees back, and then like all the Sentries are dead, and then Tassadar's like, and the Immortals are just like, their hardened shields are blocking the Banshee shots, but it doesn't matter.
They actually don't do anything to Banshee shots.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I'm
or they might block 1 damage, because it's 2 shots doing 12 damage each.
Yeah.
And then there's armor.
Oh, I just mean it activates. We're going to take a 2-minute break, guys.